What would you do if someone brought a lavish gift box to your house, but when you open it, you found a strange baby doll? Not just any baby doll, but one poked with different needles. What effect would it have on the receiver? Find out in this gripping story. Ava had just moved into a luxurious apartment in one of the top estates in Lagos with her husband, Louis. They had just got married a few weeks ago and decided to move into a bigger space for their new family. Ava decorated the entire house to perfection, just how she had envisioned. She couldn't wait to start raising children with her husband. That weekend, as Ava was relaxing on the couch with Louis, watching their favorite TV show, they heard a knock on the door. They stared at each other in surprise. Who could that be? Louis asked, "Have you invited anyone?" Ava replied, "No, honey, we just moved in. I didn't invite anybody," she said, walking to the door. Ava opened the door to find a well-dressed woman standing on the porch, holding a gift box. "Hello, my name is Mrs. Carissa. I'm the Estate Welfare Committee chairwoman. I live a few blocks away. We were notified that you just moved in, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful neighborhood," the woman said with a warm smile. "Good afternoon, Ma. Please, call me Ava," Ava responded, ushering her inside. "Would you like wine, juice, or water?" "I'm fine, darling. I won't stay long. I have an important meeting soon." "What a lovely home you have here, Ava," Mrs. Carissa complimented. "Thank you, Ma. I tried to make it as comfortable as I could," Ava replied, feeling proud of her hard work decorating the house. "This must be your husband?" Mrs. Carissa asked, glancing at Louis. "Yes, Ma. My name is Louis. We already feel at home here," he said. "Oh, don't worry. You're already part of the family. And don't be alarmed. Other neighbors will bring gifts too," Mrs. Carissa said with a wink. "This is for you," she added, handing Ava a luxurious gift box. "I wish you both a peaceful and prosperous day here," she said as she left. Louis and Ava exchanged puzzled glances. "Are there still people like that?" Louis remarked. Ava opened the gift, revealing a beautiful wall clock. Without hesitation, she found the perfect spot on the wall and hung it with excitement. Over the next few days, other neighbors visited, bringing more gifts and snacks. Ava was thrilled. It felt almost like her wedding day all over again. One afternoon, her friend Myra came to visit for the first time since the wedding. The two friends caught up, and Ava excitedly told Myra about all the gifts. "You won't believe it, Myra. These people brought the most amazing gifts, even better than what I got for my wedding. That wall clock? Part of the gift they brought," Ava said, grinning. Myra raised an eyebrow. "Wow, they're really nice people." Ava nodded. "I'm still in shock at how everyone came out to welcome us." "But be careful, though," Myra said, looking serious. "Not every gift is good. You know what they say about people's intentions." Ava laughed it off. "Oh, Myra, always with your stories. What would I have done? They brought it in good faith, so I accepted it in good faith." Myra didn't let it go. "I know someone, a big makeup artist, who accepted a strange gift, and her business collapsed months later. They discovered the gift was cursed. I'm just saying, be careful. Not every gift is meant well." Ava chuckled. Okay, I get it, Mommy Gio. But these gifts are really nice." Later that evening, after Myra left, Ava went to the room where she had kept the gifts. She began unwrapping them, slowly. The gifts were all luxury items, things she needed but couldn't afford to buy herself. There was no way she could throw any of it away. But one gift caught her attention, a beautiful fabric. She took a closer look, stunned by its beauty. She smiled and thought, "I'll keep this for a special occasion. I'll make something amazing out of it." But little did she know that fabric would soon become the least of her worries. That evening, Ava arranged the gifts all over her house. She placed the perfumes and skincare products on her dresser, and she kept the special items in a box where she stored her best attire. A few days later, Ava received a call from her mother in the village to check up on her and her husband. "Hello, my daughter. How are you? How is your husband doing?" Mama asked over the phone. "We're fine, Mama. How is everyone over there?" Ava replied. Ava excitedly told her mother about the gifts and luxury items she had received as a welcome gesture from their new neighbors. "My daughter, they are nice people. Oh, but I hope you have not touched those gifts yet. You should pray and anoint them before you use them. If your mind tells you not to use something, throw it out or give it away," Mama warned. Mama, I prayed, but we've already started using them." "Oh, if you see the gifts, Mama, you'll love them." Ava replied. "You have started using them? This girl. Have I not always taught you to be careful with gifts? Somebody brought chocolate and gifts for you, and you opened your mouth wide and ate it without thinking. Be careful. Oh, my daughter. Be very careful, Mama warned sternly. After the call, Ava felt uneasy. She couldn't stop thinking about what her mother and her friend Myra had said. Maybe I should have been more careful, she thought to herself. But she also reasoned, I ate the snacks and chocolates. Nothing happened. Nobody poisoned me. Louis noticed Ava's unusual quietness that evening and asked, What's the problem? She shared her worries with him, telling him about what her mother and Myra had said regarding the gifts. Louis reassured her, saying, Don't worry, everything is fine. Nothing is going to happen. Little did they know, their troubles were just beginning. A few months later, Ava and Louis were ready to start their family. They began trying for a baby, but after some time, nothing was happening. At first, they didn't think much of it. Their marriage was still young, and they believed it would happen eventually. But as time passed, it had been 5 years without a child. Each time Ava became pregnant, she would lose a baby before reaching the second trimester. This began to weigh heavily on them. One day, they decided to visit a top fertility clinic in Lagos. People had shared glowing testimonies about the doctors there, so they went there hopeful for a solution. They took a card and waited for their turn to see the doctor. After a while, the doctor called them into his office. Mr. and Mrs. Goodday, how are you both? Is this your first time here? The doctor asked kindly. Yes, doctor. This is our first time, Louis and Ava replied nervously. Can you tell me what the problem is? The doctor inquired. Doctor, we've been trying for a baby for years now, but nothing has worked. I've been pregnant a few times, but I've lost a baby before the second trimester. My friend told me you could help us, Ava said, her voice filled with sadness. The doctor took notes as Ava spoke, then said, I'm really sorry you had to go through all that. Before I can recommend anything, I'd like to run some tests on both of you, just to make sure everything is okay. After that, we'll take it from there. Is that all right? Yes, doctor, we're ready for any tests, Louis said. The doctor wrote down a list of tests for them to do and referred them to the lab. They were instructed to come back when the results were ready. Ava and Louis went to the lab, where various tests were performed on them. A few days later, they returned to the doctor's office, hearts heavy with anticipation. Mr. and Mrs., I have gone through your test results, and it shows you are both in perfect condition to have children, the doctor said, smiling. But, doctor, that's what the other hospitals we visited told us, and we still can't have children. Please check again, Louis said, his face full of worry. Mr. and Mrs., we ran different tests on both of you, and everything came back clean. Medically speaking, you are both good to go, the doctor reassured them. He gave Ava some supplements and vitamins to help with the process and provided a list of exercises and foods to increase her chances of conceiving. Ava and Louis left the clinic feeling defeated. This was the 10th fertility clinic they had visited, and all of them said the same thing. There was nothing wrong with them. The constant visits and the repeated disappointment began to take a toll on their marriage. That evening, Ava's mother called again. Ava, how are you? Any news? No news, Mama. I'm tired. We went to another fertility clinic, and the results came back the same. They said nothing is wrong with us. Ava said, tears streaming down her face. My daughter, don't cry. You are still young. It is God who gives children, and he will give you your own. I'm sending you some herbs to help cool your tummy. Drink it every night. I drank it when I was younger. God will do it for you, my daughter, Mama said soothingly. Okay, Mama. Thank you, Ava said, wiping her tears before hanging up the call. But as soon as the call ended, she broke down, crying bitterly. Why is my case different? Nobody in my family or Louis's family has had trouble conceiving. Why me? She cried, her heart filled with frustration and sorrow. For the next couple of days, Ava followed the doctor's advice very seriously. She took the supplements and vitamins as instructed, exercised regularly, and ate all the recommended foods. But that month, Ava was disappointed when her period came again. She cried bitterly that day, and Louis comforted her, telling her to be patient. A few weeks later, a close friend of Ava's suggested they try a different method of conception. My uncle's wife had her children through IVF. I think you and your husband should try it too, the friend advised. That evening, Ava told Louis they should visit the clinic and try the IVF procedure, but Louis didn't agree. Ava, it's not that I don't want to try, but I've heard the procedure is very expensive. We can't afford it right now. The regular hospital visits have drained our savings, and we're now living paycheck to paycheck, Louis reasoned. Ava, however, wasn't convinced. Who are we even saving money for? Isn't it for the children we don't have? This is an opportunity for me to hold my baby, and I don't want to miss it. Louis sighed. Honey, I don't agree with you this time. Let's wait on God and be patient. We can't afford that procedure right now. Please understand. That night, they had a heated argument. Ava demanded that they undergo the procedure, or she would leave the marriage. After days of bickering, Louis finally gave in. He took out a loan from his office, and they both went to the fertility clinic to start their IVF journey. But after a couple of weeks, the procedure failed, leaving them with nothing but disappointment. The money they borrowed was gone, and Louis was frustrated. He had never wanted to go through with it, and now they were in debt. The once vibrant home, filled with light and love, was now filled with emptiness and darkness. That darkness began to tear them apart. Every day, they fought, disagreeing on everything. The very foundation of their marriage was shaking. One day, Ava's mother called again from the village. Hello, my daughter. How are you? Her voice was low but steady. I'm fine, Mama. How are you? You sound so low, Ava asked. My daughter, I'm well, but I'm very worried about you. Last night, I had a very disturbing dream about you, and that's why I called, Mama said. A dream? What happened, Mama? Ava asked, concerned. Forget what happened. My eyes have been opened to certain things, Mama said cryptically. Mama, you're scaring me. What do you mean? Ava pressed further. My dear, it is time for warfare, Mama replied. What has been happening to you is not ordinary. An enemy has done this to you. Ava, feeling drained, replied, Mama, what enemy? I'm exhausted. I don't want to think about it anymore. I've prayed, fasted, and tried everything. My husband even took out a loan for us to try IVF, but it failed completely. We're now swimming in debt, and we're always fighting because of it. I'm tired. Whatever is meant to happen should happen. My daughter, don't relent. Hold on to God. You must not give up. I will be praying for you. God will reveal himself in your life and marriage, Mama said. Ava's patience was wearing thin. She didn't want to be reminded of her childlessness. In frustration, she ended the call while her mother was still talking and switched off her phone. That weekend, Louis traveled for a business conference in Warri, leaving Ava at home alone for the first time in 5 years since they got married. Ava felt bored and lonely as the big house felt empty without him. She picked up her phone and called Myra, her best friend, who came later that evening to spend the night. As they sat in the living room chatting, Myra asked Ava to accompany her to a wedding ceremony the next weekend. My church member is getting married. Will you go with me? Myra asked. I beg. I don't want to attend any social gathering. I just want to hide from this world, Ava said playfully. But Myra, ever the persistent friend, convinced her. Okay, but I don't have anything to wear, Ava said, trying to make excuses. Ava, you have all those expensive clothes. Just pick one out of your box before it starts gathering dust, Myra teased. Ava smiled and remembered the beautiful fabric the estate people had gifted her 5 years ago when they had just moved in. She told Myra to wait while she went to get it. That evening, Ava went to her bedroom, where she kept her treasured fabrics. She opened the box and pulled out the beautiful fabric. But when she saw it, she was shocked. The once beautiful fabric now looked like a rag, tattered and dainty. What is this? Ava exclaimed in shock. How could it be that a rat had gotten into the box and eaten the fabric? She checked the inside of the box, but the other fabrics were still intact. There was no sign of a rat entering the box. When Ava opened the tattered fabric, a baby doll, poked with several needles, fell out. Ava screamed in terror. She was dumbfounded and scared for her life. Myra rushed into the room, hearing her friend scream. She too was shocked at the bizarre sight. What is this? Myra asked, her face filled with terror. I don't know, Ava replied, trembling. I found it inside the fabric the estate people gave me years ago when we first moved in. Myra shook her head in disbelief. Wonder shall never end, she murmured. Myra immediately called her pastor and other prayer warriors. After an hour, Pastor Silas and some prayer warriors arrived at Ava's house. When Pastor Silas saw the baby doll on the floor, he shouted, You spirit of barrenness, get out of here now. He began praying and speaking in tongues. Ava stood behind them, fear and confusion on her face, not understanding what was happening. All she could say was, Amen, Amen. The prayers went on for hours into the night. The pastor took anointing oil and sprinkled it on the evil doll and the cloth. He took the string items outside and set them on fire. Ava was still confused, following them around the house as the pastor prayed and anointed the entire house. After he was done, they all gathered in the living room, where the pastor declared loudly, "It is done!" "Pastor, what is done? I don't understand what's happening," Ava asked. "My dear sister, the Lord has just delivered you from the seed of barrenness that was placed on your marriage," Pastor Silas said. "Where did you get that evil item?" he asked. "Pastor, I'm shocked. That item used to be a very beautiful fabric. It was part of the gift I got when we moved into this apartment years ago. I kept it inside my luggage along with other fabrics, but I was shocked to see that it had turned into rags. And when I opened it, a doll fell out of it," Ava explained. "The heart of man is desperately wicked," Pastor Silas said. "My sister, not everyone is happy that you are happy. That is why you should not accept any gift from others. That doll, poked with needles, signifies barrenness. As long as it was in this house, you could never carry a baby in your womb." Ava broke down in tears. Who could have done this? What did I ever do to deserve such wickedness? She thought to herself. She wished she had listened to her friend years ago. After the pastor and the prayer warriors left, Ava couldn't sleep in the house. She packed some of her clothes and went to Myra's apartment, waiting for her husband to return. A few days later, Louis came back from his business trip. He met Ava in Myra's apartment. Ava told him everything that had happened, and he was shocked to his core. "We need to move out of that house," Louis said seriously. Ava agreed, and that week, they sold all their property in that house, disposing of the gift items they had received from the estate people. They quietly moved into a new apartment far from the estate. That same month, Ava conceived. They were scared because of what had happened with their previous pregnancies, but Pastor Silas encouraged them to be steadfast in their faith in God and to always pray. A few months later, Ava gave birth to a set of twins, a boy and a girl. They were happy and grateful to God for their bundle of joy. From that moment on, Ava and Louis started recovering all they had lost. They became more cautious about how they accepted gifts from people. Moral of the story: not all gifts are blessings. Some may carry hidden dangers. Be careful what you accept, for not everything that appears kind-hearted is meant to help you. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up. We'd love to know where you're watching from. Share your location in the comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories. Stay tuned, and see you in the next video.